Hey guys, it's Devin and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an everyday makeup look. This is the look. Get ready with me chatty video. So let's just get into it. I was going to change for you guys and try to get cute, but this is legit what I was wearing around my house just now. And I figured like, you know, we're just going to keep this real. This is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a men's fuzzy flannel that I got from Sierra. You know that store Sierra? It's like owned by TJ Maxx Marshalls. The coziest stuff ever, and a t-shirt. This is what I'm wearing. So we're gonna just have a fun girls chit chat, or whoever is watching this. I'm drinking my smoothie because I'm trying to be healthier. I'm really sorry that I was MIA last week. I was really committed to putting out a video every single week for you guys, but we actually went away last weekend for a little family getaway, and the kids ended up picking up a virus, and they were sick and out of school all last week. So as a result, life was a little crazy around here and I just didn't get a chance to film because they were home with me and sick. So they are back to school as of today and we're just gonna do a little get ready with me. So this is no makeup right now and I just washed my face and I'm gonna show you guys what I've been doing lately for my skin and my makeup, and we'll just chat along the way. So I'm 35. So my skin has been changing a little bit, but I do take really good care of my skin. I'm just gonna put my hair up like, it's gonna look ridiculous, but whatever. But I feel like as you get older, less is more. Do you guys agree with that? I feel like if I try to put too much makeup on my face now, it actually makes me look older because it like sinks into my skin and wrinkles. I have pretty good clear skin. As you can see, I have freckles. I'm getting my period next week, so I have a little bit of something going on over here. But I have pretty decent skin, and I think that's because I moisturize it a lot. So after I wash my face, I use one of these two oils, almond oil or jojoba oil, and I put these on my skin every morning and night before I do my makeup. And I know that might sound like it's gonna leave your skin really greasy, but it really doesn't, and it leaves you really nice and glowy. So I just take a little bit in my hand. I just get these at like the natural food store, and I buy the big one because I use it for everything. I put them on my face, on my hands, on my chest, on my neck. I do that gua sha thing now too, that facial massage with the stone. It's supposed to be good for like lymphatic drainage or whatever. I don't do it every day. I do it like maybe once or twice a week when I like get a chance to, when I think about it. But yeah, so I start with this. I'm gonna have some more smoothie. I haven't eaten anything yet today because we had a plumber coming. We've been having water problems. Long story, but we have yellow water. And I've been trying to figure this out for months and everyone seems stumped. I think we have something called tannins in our water. Have you guys ever dealt with tannins? We have well water, and tannins apparently in our area are not common. And they're really hard to get out. So isn't that wonderful? Anyway, the plumber just left. So here we go. So we put the oil on our skin. And then I use, I've talked about this before on my channel, but I'm a huge fan of Weleda products. I normally use this one, Weleda Skin Food. So this is more of like, it's called Original Rich Cream. So it's like hand and body cream. I used to use this on my face, and especially in the winter time, like it is very thick. Some would say greasy, but it's just such a great cream, and I've never broken out from this. But the other day at the store, I saw Weleda had a deep moisturizing facial balm. So I bought this, and I do like it. I feel like it's not quite as thick as the other one. And I kind of like the thickness of the other one. It leaves your skin kind of dewy. But I do really like this. And I have a weird love for like the metal-y kind of bottles. Like this bottle is metal. It just feels more luxurious to me, even though this only was like $15. It's a German company, I believe. Right? I thought it was a German company. But I don't know. Anyway, so I put that on my skin. Super moisturizing. I do this at night and I do this in the morning. I can do a video on like my nighttime skincare routine if you guys would like that. I don't do those a lot because I feel like my routines pretty much kind of stay the same. Like over the years, I'll like add little products or a little bit different products, but I'm not like a super fancy skin product person. I kind of feel like the less you do, the more results you get. So I am using a tretinoin and retinol now, and I'm using an AHA, BHA, like chemical exfoliant, but I'm not super regular with it. I don't use a retinol every night. I use it probably 2 to maybe 3 times a week. And I'll just use that with my oil and my cream. Like I don't do tons of like layering of products. If I don't use the retinol once or twice a week, I'll use the AHA. Otherwise, my skin's very sensitive, and I feel like if I overuse products, it inflames my skin. So less is more. Okay, so that's what I'll do in the morning. And what I do for makeup is after I let that usually soak in for a few minutes. Honestly, I don't mind the dewiness. I've been using Kula Classic Facial Sunscreen. It says fragrance-free, non-greasy. I do like this. I think it's not like a mattifying one, but I don't really like the mattifying. I don't like mattifying anything, and I don't know why anybody likes mattifying anything. Like matte lipsticks, matte makeup. I mean, I think it's totally fine maybe for younger girls, but I feel like mattifying anything on me is very drying, and I feel like dewiness always looks more youthful to me and plumper. So when I put like a matte lipstick on, it just looks so dry and crusted. I'm like, why does anybody like this? But granted, I'm 35 and not 20, so maybe 20-year-olds like it. I don't know. And I don't really have a big lip, so I think anything like my dog. Guys, I swear, anytime anybody walks by my house, the mailman, a child, somebody with a dog, my dog goes absolutely berserk, insane. That was so mild because he probably didn't notice it until they were almost rounding the corner. Anyway, so matte things, don't like it. But I have thinner lips, so I don't really tend to like most lipsticks on me. So this is a sunscreen, SPF 50. I put this on every single day. And I've been mixing it with this Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint. So I got this at Ulta. It was cheap, and I'm always like up for something glowy. So I got the light to medium 210. It's kind of dark for me, but it's not heavy coverage. It's super sheer. So I just take it and add it to my sunscreen, just like the tiniest bit. I don't know if you could see that. Bloop. It almost makes it like a tinted sunscreen. I don't want coverage from that. I just want like a little glowiness to my skin. So I mix it up. And I just put this on my face. I feel like one of the best things you can do is wear sunscreen on your face. I am the type of I'm a very researchy person. So I do get confused because I do see a lot of research too talking about how, we wear too much sunscreen, and sunscreen is what's causing cancer. And that might very well be true because there's a lot of conflicting. I have something on my table. What is that? My kids put some dried cereal on my table. Anyway, sunscreen, if I read a lot of medical or dermatology articles, it talks about how sunscreen is like amazing and it can save your skin, and it's so anti-aging because you're not going to get UVA, UVB exposure, especially if you have fair skin like me, how important it is. And I wear sunscreen every day, but then I've also read articles saying that, so many of us are lacking vitamin D, and it's not the sun that's causing skin cancer, it's our diets, which is probably true too. So I kind of get confused about all of that. But anyway, I'm wearing a sunscreen on my face. So it's so hard, especially when you're a researcher, because you can read so many different things and you could see that a lot of it could be true, but we just live in a world that's imperfect and you can't quite make the right decisions with everything, Okay, so I do that. I let that set in. And then I use concealer under my eyes. Again, less is more now that we're getting older. How old are you guys that are watching this? Put that in the comments below. I'd be curious. And what are your skin issues that you're having? So I take this and I just dot it, just 2 dots Oops, I didn't do as much on that side. Under my eyes, that's it. I don't like to go crazy. I have my mirror right under here, so if I keep looking under there, that's why. And I kind of just blend it in with my finger. And yes, I know I need to paint my nails. My nail polish is getting a little chippy. So I do that. And sometimes if I have a little extra on my finger, I'll just kind of put it on my eyelid because I tend to be a little bit veiny. Okay, all right, so I had to wet my beauty blender. I'm right back. So what I do after that, from what I've read, and I have noticed it myself, that as we get older, it's better to use more cream stuff and less powders. And I was always using powder blush, powder bronzer, setting and everything. And I didn't use a ton, but I do notice, especially in the winter time, I can't really get away with that as much because it does like set in. But if you're a powder user, I do think when you do lots of layers of creamy, dewy, moisturizing products, and then you kind of put a powder over it, it kind of like doesn't look as matte, if that makes sense, because you're not putting it on like a dry canvas. So if you use a little bit, I'm sure it's fine, because I use a little bit too. Anyway, so what I've been doing lately is I've been using Coconut by Fit Me, Maybelline. It's actually a darker skin tone foundation stick, but I use it as a bronzer. So I just kind of make a line on my forehead like that and make this weird shape. That's what I do. Most of the time, honestly, guys, when I do my makeup, I have this bag that I got at TJ Maxx, and all my makeup that I own is in that bag, and I will drop my kids off at school and just bring that bag with me. And as soon as I drop them off, I will pull over in the village that I live near on the side of the road, and I'll just do my makeup in the car before I go to work or before I go run errands. When I do this quick, it probably takes me about 7 minutes, and I'm just so rushed in the morning getting my kids ready and out the door. I really should wake up earlier and like just take the time to do a nice routine myself, because I always do feel better like when I wake up earlier. I feel like less rushed and stressed, but I'm just not a morning person, so that has always been a struggle for me. So I do set it up that I can grab and go and do my makeup on the go if I need to, because that's just who I am. And here he goes again, who's walking past the door now. Okay, so I kind of just blend that in. You have to make sure that your beauty blender is wet, obviously. I assume that most people know that, but I guess if you're not a makeup person, you wouldn't know that. But if you try to blend in your makeup with a dry beauty blender, it's not gonna be good, guys. Okay, so blended. Anyway, I also forgot to cover this little spot. Whenever I get a hormonal breakout, it's always on my chin. Okay, so next thing that I do, I've gotten a bunch of like cream sticks lately to try because I've been trying to get more into like creamier makeups now that my skin is more mature, you know. So I had gotten these ones, the Pixie On The Go Bronze. I first had gotten this one. This is not bronze. This is a blush. It says it's a bronzer, so I thought when I opened it, it was going to be bronzy, but it's in fact not. It is a peach. Still pretty color. So I ordered this one because they didn't have it at Target. That's more of a bronzy color. I like these. These are more my I grab these when I'm like really on the go and I don't have time to do my makeup at all, and I just want a little tint to my face because they're very sheer. Sorry, I had to go put the blinds down at the window, so maybe Apollo couldn't see the dog. Oh, no, he's coming in here. Apollo, leave it. Leave it. Good boy. Leave it. I know. I know. He's a giant German Shepherd, for those of you that don't know. Anyway, these are all right. They're not my favorite. I do keep them. They're great for on the go. Like, say you're going to the beach and you just want a little tiny bit of color, very sheer coverage. Gives you a little something, something. I like these. But my go-to, like, creamier blushes that I do like a lot is the Peony Pink by Honest Company. And this one is ColourPop Mic Drop. I got this one at Target, I believe. So it's a very bright pink, so you have to use just a tiny bit. But lately I've been using more of the Honest Company one. And I have to say I really love their packaging. It's like a metal container. It has like a little, look at this. I'm such a disaster. What is this? But I do like their packaging. Anyway, so I just use my fingers, so make sure your fingers are clean. And I just put a little bit on the apples of my cheek. So remember, if you're doing this on the go and I'm not like chit-chatting with you and talking about the products, this process is a lot quicker than it's taking me right now. I kind of put a little bit on my nose. Kind of like where you would sunburn. That's what I'm doing. I just want to look like I have a sunburn, even though I'm wearing SPF all over my face. Okay. So then I just tap it in. Obviously you can use your finger, but I just think it blends a little bit better out with this. So I've been trying to drink smoothies more lately. I'm trying to be healthier. So what I put in that smoothie, we ran out of kale. Usually I put kale in it, but it's strawberries, banana, and it's this organic, like really good kefir. So that's the probiotics. Water, usually kale. And then I've been putting like ground flaxseed and hemp seed in there. A little honey because I'm a child and need things to be sweet. And what else did I put in there? I put an orange. Okay. All right. So I don't know why it's looking a little pinker there, but so that's basically my base. I think it looks pretty natural. And then what I do is I've been taking one shade for my eyelid. I've never been one to do like a lot of eyeshadow looks. I usually just take one color and put it all over my lid. That's just the type of person I am. And I had been using this one from Target. It's called Thread Blended. It's like a color stick. And it's this really thick kind of crayon, and it's just a bronzy color. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. So I just take my finger. You can put it directly on your lid, of course, but I just use my finger and then I kind of smudge it up and out. It's like a very nicely pigmented bronzy orange. I take a little bit and drag it under my eye. We just got a fake bronziness because I'm not naturally tan and bronzy at all. So we're just gonna pretend. And if you have green eyes, like I do, my eyes are like, ooh, I look cross-eyed now. They're greeny, blue-ish, but I think they're probably more green now than blue. The ring around them is blue, but the inside is green. I digress. Anyway, if you have greenish colored eyes, is what I was trying to say. Bronzy, orangey kind of colors look really good on green eyes. Okay, so then I take this mascara. This one I'm using right now is L'Oreal 680. I think it's like the blackest black. It's just like a simple classic like L'Oreal mascara, but I like this one. I guess there was a whole scandal going on TikTok about like a beauty influencer that was promoting a L'Oreal mascara, and for her after picture she put like falsy lashes on or something, so people were saying she was lying. But honestly, my favorite mascaras have always been L'Oreal mascaras. I love Telescopic. I love Lash Paradise. I like this one. So I'm a drugstore mascara girl. I do about 735 layers. No, but seriously, I do about 3 layers of mascara. I don't mind a little bit of chunkiness on the lashes, but I feel like doing like 3 layers, you get a good amount of volume. And I do put them on my bottom lash. Do you guys put your mascara on your bottom lash? Because I know some people don't, and I always kind of just did that automatically, but I kind of do the bottom after I've done a coat on the top, so there's like not as much left on the wand. So it's just like a natural amount on the bottom lashes, if that makes sense, because I do not like it when the bottom lashes are clumpy. just gonna go back to the other eye and do maybe one more coat. So my eyebrows are very light, as you can see. I do not wax or pluck my eyebrows at all, thread them, nothing. I do nothing to them. When I was younger, like in high school, I used to get them waxed. I used to get them threaded. I never did anything crazy. Like I didn't want to this is pretty much my natural eyebrow shape. Like I've never had really thick eyebrows, but I did used to do the waxing and threading to get more of like a nice defined brow. But because of that, my eyebrows don't grow thicker than this. This is what they are. So I try not to mess with them at all. The only thing that I do with my eyebrows is I dye them. Maybe once a month, once every month and a half when I get a chance to at work, because I'm a hairdresser, so I could do that at work. I dye them with a level 5N, which is like 5 natural. It's basically a dark medium brown because my eyebrows are naturally kind of light, dirty blonde. So I'm in need of doing my eyebrows soon because I haven't done them in quite a bit. So I'm filling them in. This is my favorite eyebrow product that I've used in a really long time. It's from the brand Pixie. It's a pencil and a gel. And I can't speak. The reason why I love this so much is because of the shape of the pencil. I don't know if you can see, but it's like elongated. This is in the color Natural Brown. It's a nice kind of medium brown, but I like the elongated shape because when I'm in a rush, I literally can just create a nice thickness to the brow so quickly. The color is not super opaque, so it takes a lot to kind of like get it too dark, because I feel like some eyebrow pencils like is really hard for me to make it look natural because it comes in so thick and bold. I don't like a crazy bold eyebrow. But doesn't that look so nice and natural? So on the other side, it has a gel. So I take most of the product off of it because otherwise it can be like too like gelled. Fan all of the hairs like up and out. And that's what I do for my brows. If you guys aren't noticing a theme here, it's things that are quick and easy and not a lot of extra work. I always admire people that are makeup artists. I find it very fun to watch because I'm an artist myself. I love to paint and draw, and drawing on the face just seems kind of similar. It's fun. Creating shapes and lines and contours. You can just change the shape of the face. It's amazing with makeup. I just like don't have the patience to do that myself. And you know, for fun days or stuff, it's fun to do that and go out. But on a daily basis, I just don't. One thing though that I've been having fun with lately is I bought some Vivid eyeliners. I'm not going to put it on today, but I'm going to show them to you guys. So I follow this girl on TikTok. I believe her name is Denise. She has a company called And Bloom. She's a Dutch woman. And I found her on TikTok and I immediately was like drawn to her because first of all, she's beautiful. She's a woman in her 40s and she posts really funky, like outfit clothing kind of options. And before I realized she was Dutch, I was like, wow, I really love this girl's style. It's just so unique and beautiful. And I've always loved like mismatching patterns in my own wardrobe. So she intrigued me. And then I heard her accent. For those of you that don't know, my mom is Dutch, born and raised in the Netherlands. So immediately I was like, maybe that's why I loved her so much. I could just tell right away. I just love her style. So anyway, she does a lot of funky makeup, but she doesn't do funky makeup in the sense that it's a lot of makeup. She does very natural, kind of like this makeup, but will add something funky to it. And I was like, that's kind of more my style because I like funky nail colors and like funky patterns, but I am more of a natural person. So she did fun eyeliners all the time. So I found these Vivid Brights eyeliners from, I believe it was Target where I was at, and some of them I got on Amazon. So there was a blue one, a green one, a yellow one, and an orange one. So I don't do any crazy like winged liners or anything, but I'll just kind of line my upper lid ever so slightly with the liquid liner before I do my mascara. And it's just like a fun little pop of color. It's not like super obvious or in your face, but it's there. So if you guys like funky things, check these out. They're nice liners. Okay. So brows are done. That's what I do. And something that I've been having fun with lately, again, if I have time, but I do use this one more than those liners, is the Jason Wu Freckled Boy. So I naturally have freckles, but in the wintertime, they kind of hide away a little bit. So sometimes I'll just take this and just dot it on the bridge of my nose where my natural freckles are. And I kind of just do this for fun. I bought this on a whim. And I ended up actually really loving it because it just kind of brought my color back to my face so that I kind of miss in the winter time. And what's funny is I used to hate my freckles as a kid, and now I'm painting them on my face. How ironic. Okay, so if you could see that, I just do a couple like that, and then I just take my finger and kind of smudge them in. And it just kind of brings a couple little freckles to the bridge of my nose. Isn't that cute? It's natural. It's not like super obvious. So I do that. My last thing is the Living Luminizer by RMS Beauty. I've been obsessed with this for years. It's the only highlighter I'll ever use. It's not cheap. I think this little thing was like 50 bucks, but I've had this for like 3 years. It's probably time for a new one, but you know, I'll just keep using it because it works just fine. I like it because it's a highlighter, but it's dewy. It doesn't look powdery. It looks just so natural on your skin. So that is my makeup look. I just got this lip gloss. I'm usually a chapstick girl, but I'm like, you know, let me up my game and get a little gloss. We had a formal event a couple weeks ago. So I actually did like liner and gloss, which I haven't done in a long time. So I bought this. I don't use this on a daily, but I like this color. It's the Maybelline Super Stay ink crayon, and it's in the color, of course it's like, you can't see it. Oh, Led the Way, number 15. It's like a mauvey pink. It's a pretty color. I'll put that first, and then I've been putting this on. So, but on a daily basis, I do like a little gloss, but I'll just kind of dab a tiny bit. This one's like a nudie kind of color, right? Oh yeah, Supernatural. 215 is the name of the color. It's from Revlon. But then I just mix it in. But that is my day-to-day makeup look. I did buy this little finishing powder by NYX that I broke because I break all my powder makeups because that's wonderful. That's the one nice thing about using creams, because when they fall, they don't shatter into a million pieces. So that one shattered, so I bought a new one. So I feel like because I've used so many cream makeups, if it feels like a little bit too dewy, I'll just take this NYX finishing powder, dab it like a tiny bit, and just like under my eyes, just kind of get rid of that shine. And then whatever is left on my brush, I kind of just drag it around. Just a tiny, tiny bit, just to set it. But that is my everyday makeup look and some products that I've been loving and using. Thank you for coming along with me on this little get ready with me. Sorry again that last week I did not post. I do plan on doing some project videos with you guys. I have some ideas for redoing my basement steps. I'm going to be turning it into more of a functional kind of pantry type thing because we don't really have a real pantry. Our house is kind of on the smaller side. So I have like a makeshift pantry down the steps, but I was thinking about, you know, redoing the stairs, putting some pretty paint on the wall and just making it look nice. And I thought maybe I would film that for you guys. I also was thinking about doing like a car organizational video. I have a couple different ideas, but I know you guys have been saying decor, so I have to do a decor video. I just have a lot of ideas going on in my brain, but I'm going to definitely be putting out more content. Again, always leave ideas for me in the comment section below because I do write those down. And even if I don't do it right away, it is an idea in my head and on my list. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.
feeling so small. Watch the clock